What it
And
do?
we are live.
What it, what it do? What it do? What it do? Jezabel, you was checking out yourself in the
I
live
was.
feed.
You saw. I forgot we was going live. Hey y'all.
Well, now, what it do, Jezebel?
Not too much.
Listen,
I need to get it
listen,
together.
look. I'm not gonna lie to you. Today, I'm not even like. Today we gotta just go straight in today, right? I usually like to warm it up with a hey, how was the weekend? How's everything going? But I'm gonna tell you straight up, Jezebel, this weekend been so fired up. So much things have been happening that
Mhm.
we gotta go right into this, Jezebel. And
Okay.
and like this is the best week for real, for us to not have a guest because the last 2 weeks we had my man 20 Bello and we had Devour, and the theme has been like DMV legends and DMV opportunities. And I believe that I already rest my case on that 2 week debacle that we were going through about the DMV and its legend status, legendary status, and its opportunities or lack thereof. So I don't really want to keep going on into that. And everyone that watched the show last couple of weeks, you know, I don't sit up here and bring these guests on here because of I think that it's going to look cool, right? I bring them on here because I have a lot of debates during the week. I have a lot of conversations throughout the week with a lot of people. And really my position and my stance is my position and my stance on everything. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't change up. A lot of people be like, "Oh, Six, you're trolling." What is up with that nowadays?
Man, see, you know what? I started speaking my mind in comments on certain blog pages, and it feels good sometimes to actually just say whatever the fuck I want to say and not
Doesn't
even
it?
care. And people get riled up. Yeah, people get riled up, especially about the baby situation.
Listen, that the baby situation has made okay, last week it made my week grand, right? But then to furthermore and impact it more this weekend was grand. So have you seen any of my posts about the baby and the baby's situation?
No, not yet. I haven't been on Facebook really or really
Now,
Instagram. I just been posting, not watching.
now if you missed it, cancel culture, team cancel a lot, is really been busy. I mean uber busy to the point where people are getting canceled left and right, and their newest target is the baby. Now, a lot of people are calling this cancel culture new, calling it something that's just out of the blue, and a lot of people are saying it's getting on their nerves. But what I want y'all to understand is cancel culture. It used to start with a B. It was called boycotting. We've
Oh,
always canceled people that or things that just wasn't for us,
yeah, right
or that
about
we just
that.
didn't agree with. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
how else do we explain so many celebrities that just came and went because of
Yeah.
things they chose to say and do? This is
Mm-hmm.
how it is. The baby isn't new to this. The baby isn't the latest victim of cancel culture. He's the latest person to just say what he wants to say, feel like
Mm-hmm.
he got too big for his britches, and forgot that he was a black man. Now the thing is, what I wanna address when I say he forgot he was a black man is we all know black men we can't say what we want to say because
I don't
we
think
need.
anybody can say what they want to say, but carry on.
Yeah, listen, the reality of it is, what's crazy? White people won't say it. White people pick their targets against people that are defenseless, and no one is going to argue or miss in the morning. That's us as black people. you know, like
Mm.
white people ain't gonna stand up there and crucify a community besides the black community because they know we not protected. So if everybody knows that we not protected, I want to know what makes the baby think because he got some money, he was all of a sudden protected.
Well, he actually said something about, he told people, sponsors and them, he was like, if you guys uh want to support the artist but don't want to support what comes behind the rapper, then keep your damn money. So
So
kind of saying like, don't support me, and then tomorrow when I'm just being myself, like you support me when I'm being myself for the music, but when I'm being myself in real life, now you want to cancel me and all
what's
the other.
super amazing is, let me read this comment. Let me read the baby's apology that he issued before I comment on that statement that the baby made. The baby said, social media moves so fast that people want to demolish you before you even have the opportunity to grow, educate, and learn from your mistakes. As a man who has made his own way from very difficult circumstances, having people I know publicly working against me, knowing that what I needed was education on these topics and guidance, has been very challenging. I appreciate the many people who came to me with kindness, who have reached out to me privately to offer wisdom, education, and resources. That is what I needed, and it was received. I want to apologize to the LGBTQ community for the hurtful and triggering comments I made. Again, I apologize for my misinformed comments about AIDS and HIV, and I know education on this is important. Love all. God bless the
He
baby.
didn't write that shit. His publicist wrote that shit. He don't
Like,
give a fuck. And
like,
I hate that. Before you continue, I hate that it's like what was offensive? Not just the LGBTQ community have AIDS. So like why, other than him saying if you wasn't sucking dick in the parking lot, like I mean that could have been me.
well,
Like
also,
so
also, like, so, not even playing devil's advocate on this. Let's play fair for a community. The baby is a new artist who has new fans, whose education on these things may be just as limited as his, correct? So
babies.
if he stands up there and say, "Eh, out there where A's gonna die in 2 weeks," now everyone around him or that is influenced by him or that believes everything that he says is golden believes that everyone with AIDS dies in 2 weeks.
Who believes that?
Like it was
Magic Johnson still alive?
hey, I don't know what Magic Johnson did or didn't do, but we already know
Ain't
Kanye West
Charlie
addressed
Sheen
that.
still alive or did he die?
I don't know. I don't know, but I don't even let's not start calling out names. Uh,
Okay, I'm sorry.
I mean,
Okay,
I don't,
okay,
I don't know, right? But what I
okay.
do know is that the baby can't. You can't do that. You know what I'm saying? You can't raise that type of awareness in the wrong way because you don't know. Now let's talk about the fact that he says, if you don't want if you don't want what comes with the artist, don't endorse them. Do the baby think that people are walking around the hood looking for just anybody to endorse? Just some random people because they look cool or because they fit the role?
Well, because
No,
they murdered somebody in a
no,
Walmart?
no. Your
I think they
music,
do.
your music is what made you relevant. Your sales is what made you relevant, and the fact that you push the narrative. Okay, cool. But now
Hmm.
you're talking about, do they want the person? No one ever wanted the person. No one was out there Joe paying whatever the baby's real name is.
I
They
forgot his
started
name.
paying the baby. They started paying that character. And it's too many people out here that's jumping in this game and forgetting that it's an industry, forgetting that it's a machine that's ran by people.
But
Of
why does he have to apologize to the LGBTQ community when anybody can have AIDS?
You know why? Because that community, we already have publicly put AIDS with that community. We've already
I
put AIDS and
mean,
HIV with that community.
well, what I did argue with someone about is if it's not associated with that specific community, why there's a commercial that comes on every night. So like he was asking me why do I not feel like something's wrong with what the baby said? And I said it's not that, but people associate HIV with that homosexuality simply
Yes.
because the media does it. Like
Well,
the pharmaceutical market does it too. Every night there's a commercial coming on with Descovy. And
yeah.
at the end of that commercial, it says it's not for biological women. Now, when other HIV commercial comes on, um, there's some for both genders, but there's not one specifically for women.
No, you
And
one thousand percent right.
he said he was a bioengineer, blah, blah, blah. I said, please list the medication that, you know what I'm saying, is specifically just for women. Why don't they make one for each gender if it's not just specifically associated with, So,
I mean, yeah, correct. But let's play the people with no knowledge, right? Like me and you are two. Let's just be two ignorant people of this situation, and that's been living since the 80s. Let's say since the 80s, since they started talking about it in the 90s, early 2000s. It was promoted as a gay man thing. I mean, like, period. It was promoted as something like that. Like you said, every
it
commercial that
is.
we see, it starts off with gay men and gay women. It never ever in those commercials, it never shows a straight couple, a man and a woman. It never shows a woman like, yeah, and we're going to her husband, or it never shows a husband going to his wife. It always shows that LGBT, you know what I'm saying, stuff. So at the end of the day, when you go out there, you have to understand that. Like, now, I don't care if you have a million followers that believe what you say, and I don't know how many the baby has. It's a little over a million, but
He didn't say anything wrong.
like the thing is, he didn't say anything wrong. But at the end of the day, when you are in people's pockets, right? You don't know what their real life is behind closed doors. So
So basically, you're saying that he might have offended people with HIV. I understand that, but I still don't get like how people can just say, "Oh, I don't
classy.
understand." I'm just gonna
Because
leave it
it's
alone.
it's 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 like it's simple. It's like the cartoons. It's like the movies when they be like, when you watch those alien movies and they like, let's tell the public the aliens are here, and it's like, no, don't tell them because it'll create mass hysteria. You know,
Oh,
at the end of
okay,
the
okay,
day,
I get it. So
like
what he think now? All of a sudden, people are going to be like, "Oh, you have AIDS. You're dying in 3 weeks." Like just because he said it
and
at his show.
like the thing about it is, what's crazy is, even if he said it as a joke, someone could use it to be hurtful to someone in reality.
That's
You,
true.
you know, and that's the part that he has to understand with his power. These people pay you because your voice. You know what I'm saying? Like, these people pay you to wear clothes because they feel like, hey, if you wear it, everyone will wear it. They
Mhm.
pay you to talk on TV shows because if you say do it, if you say buy it, if you say watch it, everyone's gonna watch it. And it's like, if you say everyone's gonna with AIDS gonna die in 2 weeks, what stops that 15-year-old?
Let me
You know,
stop. It's not even funny because it's so not true. Like
yes,
it's not true.
but that's with knowledge. But let's go further more into off that subject of what he said, because he said it and cancel coaches all over him now. Drummer
Yeah.
Questlove chose to come out and say something about the baby. He also made mention to the fact that he does not know the baby. The baby responded, I don't know him either.
Who
Well,
is Trevor West?
Questlove.
Oh,
You know who Questlove is? I love you for that genuineness, because the old community, and they tell me, they say, you have to stop with this old narrative. You have to stop drawing this old parallel. Let me tell y'all something. I don't care if I was 50 years old right now, right? It's age, and when I talk about your old or youth in parallel, I'm not talking about your age. I don't give a damn how old you are. I don't know how old you are. I'm talking about how you think and how you live and how you move. And at the end of the day, I remember back when I was a young pup, I used to say, I can't wait until I get grown. I can't wait until I can say what I want to say. You know what I'm saying? People used to say, hey, watch your mouth. You can't talk like that. You ain't grown. Then when I
Mm.
got older, I started like practicing these words that people was telling me I couldn't say. And then there was still people telling me, you can't say that because I'm older than you. You gotta respect me. You know? And it's like, wait a minute. I'm older than you. I gotta respect you. But you told me I could talk like this when I'm grown. You could talk like this when you get out of my house, but you still can't talk like that in front of your mama.
Yeah, that's true.
You see what I'm saying? And see, that's
I
what the
mean, you
old,
can, but
yeah,
some
you
people
can, but
just,
as soon as you do, all her old friends, you know what they gonna say? She ain't got no respect for you, girl.
uh-huh. That's
He ain't got
facts.
no respect. And the
Mm-hmm.
problem is, it's that old ideology. They grew up fast. They got old. They got old quick. And to sit up there and look, they hated me because they hate me because I said this. And I'm gonna tell y'all something that's facts. Artists, if you don't know, now you're gonna know. If you get booked to perform on a show and that show has a house band, you may talk to the music director, or they may just learn your music and you better be as professional enough to be up there ready, because if you ain't got the like real live shit, you ain't gonna be getting no practices and rehearsals. They have a house band. They trust that house band to know how to pick up anything and everything. When you come in, it's your job to deliver. You get one sound check. At that sound check, hey, you say, hey, that sounds good. Hey, that doesn't sound good. But at the end of the day, y'all thinking that this game is like, oh, I'm in the rap game now. I gotta know all the legends and everybody before me and all this BS. That ain't how it work.
So who the hell is? I mean, so who is
Y'all.
Questlove?
So listen, I'm gonna say Questlove is the drummer for the band called The Roots, which was a
Oh,
hip
okay.
hop group
I know
back
who
in
the
the
Roots
day.
is.
Everyone
Okay.
knows who the Roots is. Everyone
Okay.
knows who the Roots are, right? And that's the problem with what I'm trying to tell the old people. Like, we know the Roots, but you start talking about members, you tripping.
Ah, that's fucked up.
I'm like, and then I can see if the Roots were a rap group like Bone
Oh,
Thugs and Harmony, maybe then you could say, all right, how you don't know? But even still, they rapped in the 90s, early 2000s. These artists today may not never heard them. Don't care who
mm.
they are. And for real, y'all keep acting like a way was paved. Yeah, like I'm getting so sick and tired of artists acting like a way was paved for them. I'm getting sick and tired of old heads acting like they paved the way, that they left some type of blueprints on how to get on, especially in the city. But I'm realizing that it's a lot of small city people that always be like, you got to respect the legends. Okay, you're a fan. Congratulations. We're
Mm.
not fans, people.
Mm.
Why do they think that we all have to be fans, Jezebel? Like, the minute you say you want to be a broadcaster, you want to start your own radio show, now it's like, hey, who was the first female host of a show? Who was the radio show? If you don't know who the first person to own a radio station is, you all of a sudden ain't real.
It's one guy that somebody asked me that I know. He had, I guess he was one of the first people in DC. I forgot his name, Petey something. I don't
Petey
remember his name.
Green?
I think so. Yeah,
Yeah.
somebody was like, "You don't know who that is?" I was like, "Let me
That
Google
nigga seen a movie. Let me tell you something.
it."
Peter Green was a real person, and his movie was great. Don Cheadle did a great job playing that role. If you get a chance, watch it. Like watch it. Type in the Petey Green movie because I swear to God I don't know the name. Good movie, but
It was good though.
do they think I give a damn about going back to listen to Petey Green shows because I want to be a radio host?
I mean, well, to be fair, I'm not gonna go back and listen to anything, but yeah, I feel you.
Listen, you we
Probably
all
some
have the
old Wendy shows.
Don Chanel. Hey, look, listen. I'm gonna tell you like this, right? We got we got everybody has their own person they look up to,
Hmm.
and if that person that you look up to, if those people are not in that circle, you don't know who the
Hmm.
hell they are. We don't give a damn who they are. And like honestly, I'm so tired of the hip hop connoisseurs. I'm so tired of the people that just know everything hip hop, everything related. They can answer every single question there about hip hop. It's like congratulations. Big deal.
Yeah.
The sound of hip y'all youngest can't rap no more. All y'all sound the same. All y'all this and none of y'all doing this and none of y'all doing that. It's like, wait a minute, when did we get there?
Yeah, I
When
feel you.
when did we get there? Because I don't know what it is anymore. I thought the whole job was to make money. You know? Now, all of the old head artists all of y'all old head artists, and I'm talking to even all y'all retired artists that's watching the show, y'all know damn well y'all was puppets in the industry. Y'all didn't have any moves. Y'all couldn't pull along any of your friends. Y'all couldn't put on any of your mans. Y'all was just puppets. Now y'all mad because y'all watching this rap game now where these youngins learning the business, bringing their homies, bringing all their friends from the hood, and y'all mad because y'all couldn't do it. With this I woulda, shoulda, coulda. Stop rapping like Scarface. Y'all need to stop rapping like Scarface and rap a lot records. Rap a lot records is not in the DMV anymore.
Yeah.
They're a long way from Booby and the Young Farmers.
Who is Booby and the Young Farmers?
Listen, don't let me get on it, but if to be politically correct, some would say that they are DMV legends, you know. But hey, whatever. They're a group out of Bury Farms, that did their thing back in the
Oh,
day. But at the
I
end of the
need to
day,
learn my DC history.
no, you don't. You know
That
why?
wasn't a course. The
You fail.
courses.
You just failed that you just failed that question. But don't worry because you get another prize later when we ask you another question later on in the show. Okay?
Okay.
So now I'm not gonna sit up here and tell you I don't know everything about the DMV music scene. I mean, listen, when I first started making music, DMV wasn't even what I was focused on. I was trying to get the hell out. I had a damn anklet on my brakes. I had an anklet on house arrest. I was trying to get the hell out of the DMV. Yeah, like the last thing I was thinking about was rapping to be the best in the DMV. I mean, I think that the hottest record out when I started rapping was "Put Me in the Pocket" by Tabby Benet.
Put me in the pocket. Pocket. Ow, that was my shit.
There you go. See, ding, you passed. You gotta know. There you go. You just passed. I told you it was gonna come around later on in the show. But I'm not sitting up here. I'm not sitting up here like I'm over the whole trying to like get y'all to see what the picture is. You know what I'm saying? I'm over that. I'm over looking at that. Now I'm looking at the bigger picture. You know, I'm looking at the bigger picture. Like I can't keep on telling artists. Artists called me today, not today. Artists called me this week, and he says, you know, he wants to finally like sit down and get his business together, get his shit together. And I pull up on him, and I'm like, all right, open up your computer. Let's get down to your paperwork. He want to let me hear new music. I'm like, let's open up your computer. Let's get to work. He want to let me hear new music and shit. I'm like, well, I'm over it. I'm over trying to help. Like, I'm over it. At this current
Why?
juncture, I just want to hear your music. Just let me hear y'all music. Just let me hear it. If that's all y'all want me to do, y'all want me to just listen to it, I want to hear it. Let me hear it. Let me and Jezabel listen to it, and we'll just be good with it. Like y'all don't have to get paid at all. Like no one has to do anything. Like I don't want to be the one to make you guys feel like you're not doing what you got to do or enough. I look at
Yeah.
a ladder cap. I look at a ladder cap all day, and I just be laughing at the shit. Somebody asked me, why you laughing at everything? I said, well, I assume you're not serious. That can't
No.
that can't be a
What?
that can't be a serious answer. You know? Did you read the answer, or did you just post it and just get on here? But Jezebel, can I ask you a serious question?
Sure.
Why are black women tired?
Of what?
That's just it. It seems like everything. We can't really finger point at one basic thing. Here we have here we
Cause I'm
have
motherfucking tired. You damn right. I'm tired of everything. I'm tired of motherfucking people. I'm tired of having to work. I just want to sit here and just get some money or go to sleep and make money in my sleep. So I mean, I'm tired of lazy ass bros out here that's not trying to get up on their feet and do something. I'm tired of motherfuckers killing each other. Yeah, I'm motherfucking tired. You damn right. I'm motherfucking tired.
okay. I mean, listen, like y'all, like we gotta let Jezebel have this moment. Give her a few seconds.
No, y'all, for real. I mean, overall, I feel like things gonna. I'm always hopeful, so I'm like, shit gonna turn
Let me
over.
let me let me let me tell y'all what's really going down though, right? And Jezebel, you are a black woman, correct?
Uh, I mean,
So let me
I
tell y'all.
wouldn't check that box. I check other.
Yeah, I checked the white box.
I check other because deep down inside in my roots somewhere, I think some of my people came from Asia, so.
No, I hit that. I hit that white box quick. I hit that white box quick. I get so many job interviews set up, and then they be like, "Cause they never ask me, are you sure you're white?" They just bring me in for the interview. But now they getting hip. Like in the last few years, they got hip. They start calling people, so you can't put that white on there because they're gonna call you and interview you and see that you black. They definitely ain't bringing you in. You know. But what I'm saying is, black women have made a major shift and transition in the last 3 years. And
Yeah.
this last year has been a major shift for them to where they've asked for the spotlight, they've asked to be the heads, they've really like forced their way up to the top, and they realize what men have been realizing for years. You're the first one shot on top. When you are standing in front, you're the first one to catch the bullets. You can't get
Oh.
you can't get motherfucking tired now. Y'all, you listen. I get it. I get it that women have standards. I get it that our black women want to be respected and treated properly. You know,
Mm.
but it's
Preach,
amazing
preach
that
out.
it's amazing that it seems to be only in America where this is going on. We watching our black athletes walk away, our female black athletes walk away from sports for mental problems. And the thing about it is, it's already, I guess, stressful enough being black in the world, you know? And then here you had to go and add the extra stress of acting like a black man in this world.
Mm.
Well, I'm not here to say that it's a black man's job to be an athlete. It's a black man's job to do all these things that you do, right? That's not what I'm talking about, people. Do not try to crucify me. What I am talking about is the replacement. You know what I'm saying? The replacement of the idea that I don't need, that I'm stronger, I'm better, and I should be paid more, if not the same. That idea, those ideas are coming along with a lot more pressures,
Mhm.
because when you're paid millions of dollars, you don't have the rights to say, do, go where you want to go. Because at the end of the day, the key word is you're being paid millions of dollars. A lot of y'all think that when you make it to a certain level, you're earning this money, you're making a lot of money. No, you're being paid a lot of money to do a job on a high level. You're
Okay.
not the Jeff Bezos who owns Amazon. you,
Next thing
you,
I know, let them trip on some steps or something. Shit.
yeah, but
Fuck.
look, let me tell you one thing. If you was the CFOO of Amazon, right, or the CEO, part two of
Mhm.
Amazon, and Jeff Bezos was to fall over anything, you best believe they're gonna find a goddamn family member to be your boss.
That's
They-
that's actually. I mean, it's happened to me something like that before. So I understand what
Listen, this game is set up where you have like I was talking to my mom earlier, and I say people, these black institutions that create banks, like Killer Mike creating his bank, like really, who's gonna leave Bank of America and join Killer Mike's bank because he's black?
I might open a checking account.
Listen, I can guarantee you one thing for sure, three things for certain. You ain't putting your money, your hard-earned money,
I would.
in a
I
black
would.
institution. Let me tell
Just
you,
so I can see what happens. Like just imagine just $100. Like it's just $100 and see what happens, or maybe 300, whatever the minimum limit to open an account is. Just open it and see how long the bank runs. Like I
the,
I
the
would. I'm not going to leave Bank of America. I'm not going to leave Capital One, and I'm damn sure not going to leave Navy Federal. So
listen, black people are creatures of history. Black people cannot listen. Like I hate saying
don't do
this.
that.
I
Don't
hate
do
saying this, but I
that.
love I love my people. I love my people to death, right? But black people are creatures of history. The reason why so many of these new artists get attacked by our own people, you imagine, you see that it be swarms of white people at these concerts, swarms of white people to see them. But then if you're going on a black people's that's following these people, it's bad, negative feedback, negative energy, negative vibes. It's because they're creatures of history. If now the reason why all artists in the black community get to thrive when they get older is because we're creatures of history. I love y'all, Tony. I love all of y'all. You know what I'm saying, Jezebel? We're creatures of
Mhm.
history. The reason why you're gonna see in 20 years, you'll see black. Let's just not say 20 years. Right now, Tyler the Creator just dropped an album, a new album. It's more of a hip hop feel for anyone that haven't heard it. However, social media, black social media, was going crazy. Oh, Tyler the Creator, this may be the best album I've ever heard. Oh, where haven't we been listening to Tyler? Well, we haven't been listening to Tyler. I can answer that because he came out and said he was gay with Flower Boy. Once he said that, y'all gave up on him. Black America gave up on him.
I
Now
never listened
that's
before he said he was gay. He just ain't my cup of tea.
yeah, no, period. But if he makes it to 20 years in the game, 30 years in the game, he'll start performing for more black people. It'll be less white people at the shows and more black people because they creatures of history. Because they're gonna say, "Oh, I'm not gonna go to whoever this new artist is 20 years later. I'm gonna go see this Tyler the Creator because I know him. That's real music. That now is real music because 20 years from now, his black fans that were quiet and didn't have a voice because they're in a black community that's overpowered by them. They're overpowered by the black community. So they can't come out and say, I love Tyler the Creator, because as soon as they say it, 50 of their friends, how? That guy's gay. That guy sucks. Blah, blah,
I
blah.
mean, no, 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 no. I beg to differ. It depends on what you're talking about. Like, there's a lot of
It depends on anybody.
There's a lot of black homosexual men that might just support them. There's a
Let's take
lot
out
of
Tyler
black
the
men.
Creator. Let's take out Tyler
Okay,
the Creator. Let's put in an artist. Let's put in any artist. Let's put a little Dirk.
okay,
Let's
good
put him
one.
in there. Solid character. Right now, by the time right now, even the community that still says they like Lil Durk.
See, he started talking shit about the wrong artist. Hey, YouTube don't play. YouTube don't be playing with you, Six. Come on back. Come on back, sis. You start talking shit about the wrong person.
Listen, look,
YouTube
a
said,
community, a community. I'm not talking. I'm making a synopsis comparison. So don't get me. But no, like what I'm saying is, like, in 20 years, this little Dirk community will be older. They will be grown. They will be more confident in their selection. They'll be more confident in their pick. They won't be the 16-year-olds in their room that got to turn it down. You
yeah,
know, they won't be the 16-year-olds that got to go in their parents' room and ask, can they get a ticket? Because the white kids don't care. Mom, I'm trying to go see Little Dirk this weekend, and
yeah,
they're gonna go. They're not afraid of their parents, the older generation, shutting it down, telling them that's this. What's gonna happen there is that. The same things that happened at their concerts that they went to when they was going to go see Naughty by Nature and
yeah,
Tupac and Biggie and all that crap. The same stuff that was happening, but they act like it's so more mature now, So that's how that era is gonna change, because they're creatures of habit. They're not gonna evolve with the music game. That's how
yeah.
black artists are able to survive or not survive when they become older. Because white people, when they get older, they mature. They become into business. They become makers of business. Black people, when they mature, when they get older, they create other people, to follow their ideas. They don't create businesses. We're not out here creating businesses. When we get older, when we turn 60 and 70, we tell the next young man, you know what you need to do? If I was you, I'd take all that and I'd start that up. You be like, ho, but what you do? I fix cars. Would you fix cars? You trying to tell me how to invest in stocks and become a millionaire overnight? Nah, you trying to tell me how to rap so to appease to you. You know, you you supposed to be rapping like this now. So I listen to it if you rap like this. And I tell a lot of people, well, I'm sorry, I didn't make my music for you this morning. What is wrong with evolving and changing and accepting the times that we in and being a part of it? That's how
I
so many
think
lose
that's
out.
my I think that's one of my issues too though, like is like
It's
evolving into the social media era. Like I'm still like, I ain't
it's
got to do all that
okay.
for social media. I ain't got to show shit. I ain't got, I ain't got to be on it like that. Don't know why I got, but I got business.
Yeah,
like,
like it's
like
crazy
you gotta
because
evolve to what's going. Like you either gotta evolve or you gonna fall like really really short.
I mean, look at all the big YouTubers. Look at all the big YouTubers who decided to get on the wave and really do the YouTube stuff.
Mhm.
They did not, like, some of the ones that got on there acting black. They didn't do too well. It was the ones that got on there doing the white stuff. Hey guys, guess what we're gonna do today? We're gonna do
Mhm.
something crazy. We're gonna prank my friend. He's gonna be gunned. We're gonna get him good. It's just like, oh, let's watch it. Everybody's looking. But you get somebody like him on Slice, he lasts a while. But nobody really wanted to keep saying backyard brawls. They were trying to shut it down. That's too much. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, let's just be quite frank. Like, a lot of outlets create their sales, what I'm saying, out of what we love to do. The
Mm.
ones that really make money eventually start to evolve and accept how things are done. It's like when I first started making music, yes, I love just putting words on beats. And I
Mhm.
would go on YouTube and download whatever beat I thought was cool. Any song I heard, I would be quick to remix it. But eventually, you start asking yourself, like, do we want to just be rapping forever, or do we want to make money? Well,
Mhm.
at the end of the day, it wasn't me that answered that question, right? Because
Right.
it was my peers, my
Mhm.
own community that answered that question for me. Because I could no longer hand you out my mixtapes for free, because then you would no longer, you won't respect me.
Mhm.
Like at the end of the day, at the end of the day, your respect does not come based on what I do.
Mhm.
It's not based on how I move either. It's based on how much currency I create doing my job.
Mhm.
Nigga, let me tell y'all one thing. If you out this junk and you at your job, let me see, hold up. Yeah, evolve like that rap. That rapper that wore that wedding dress lasted 5 seconds. But if you at your job and you
What's
start
the
at
name?
your no one knows his name. He was sucking on the AK-47. So, but that he didn't last 5 seconds. But if you at your job and your job could be the most shittiest, grimiest job of them all. If you pull up in a nice car, your friends see your nice ass house, the first thing them little niggas doing is asking, they hiring? Your job
Mhm.
hiring up there? You be like, nah, remember I told y'all I lift shit all day. You said you ain't want to do it. Be like, shit, I lift that shit. They paying that. Shit, respect the shit. You know what I'm saying? So like that's how we think. But the,
Yeah.
but but the reality of it is, who owns that company? 9 times out of 10, some white guy. And honestly, like, let me tell you when I started thinking like I think, because
Mhm.
I used to hang around nothing but my boys, nothing but my homeboys. We'd watch TV, we'd sit around, we'd smoke, we'd have these debates, we'd have these conversations, and then I'd be stuck at the end of the day with nothing more but being ready to do it again tomorrow. It's like,
Sounds
okay,
fun.
well, it was fun, but it wasn't lucrative.
Yeah.
But then, like honestly, I started hanging around like people of other nationalities. You know,
Yeah.
that was like, oh, you should do this, and
Mhm.
you would be perfect for this.
Mhm.
I got someone to be perfect for you to meet. I'm about to
Mhm.
take you to do this, and that would be perfect for you. You
Yeah.
know, and it's like, wow. But then I go around my black friends, or my black acquaintances and associates, and it's like, oh, I know this perfect that you should meet, or I got this move for you. It's this, it costs this, but you pay that and you good. You pay this and I got you. You pay this and I'm taking you up there. And it's like, people say, well, Six, you charge for stuff. I'm like, wait a minute, do I now? What is the concept of charging for stuff? Is the concept of charging for stuff or charging for meetings and
Time is
associations?
money. Time is money.
Everyone everyone says time is money. But
Time,
let, let
time
me
is
tell you
definitely
let
money.
me tell you two things that I know to be false, and a Jew taught me this. Time and money are false. Black people are taught this. This is what he told me. And I'm going to share this with y'all. This is a Jew secret. Black people are taught, I need money to get things. Without money, I can't do this. Without money, I can't do that. Without money, I can't have this.
Mm.
White kids are taught money as a tool.
Mm.
Money creates more money.
Yeah.
Money creates more money, not
Mm.
get you things. It's like,
Mhm.
we'll go out, we'll make a lot of money and rent a house.
Mm.
It's
Instead of
like,
buying.
wait a minute. We'll go out, we'll start a company and won't LLC it.
Mm.
We'll start a company and won't get any shareholds.
Mhm.
Like, come on. We'll go and buy stocks. and wait for that money to go through. It's like that's what we do. I mean, white people play the stock game too, but best believe they play it a lot differently than we do. They're the people that like actually are like share stocks, and they actually like get to walk into Wall Street. They
Mm.
actually get to like buy real good stuff and sell it for like thousands of dollars and shit like that. Few of us learn to play that game. A few of us learn to play everything.
Well,
Do all,
I do want to just say all white people don't have that privilege.
of course, and that's what makes me mad because those are the white people that we are comfortable with being related to and, and associated with.
Mm.
We get comfortable. We get comfortable with them. We let them be in our circle. We let them say, "What up, my niggas?" We let them come around and act black. We let them gang, gang, gang. Right? We don't we don't force them to give us their culture and let us be able to walk where they can walk with their skin. We immediately let them be us because we accept, and they've already accepted. They know they can't play the game because that's what we asked for. Right? That's what they got, right? Because they lost their slaves. They can't play the game anymore. But we, on the other hand, come on, play with us. Don't take us to your shindig. Come to our shindig. Yes, Pete. Yes, Tony. I get very disappointed, bruh. Because, like, honestly, the glow up is so real. The rise and the fall is fast. The rise is
Mhm.
not as hard as we make it. I believe that it's harder to be regular.
It is now.
It's harder to get up every day. It's harder to get up every day, go to work, absorb all them different energies, drive home, be a different energy, get
It's
a
a-
few hours of yourself, and have to do that all over again.
Some people like
The hamster wheel. Some people like the hamster wheel.
oh, that's what it's called. The same old every day.
Yeah, yeah. But like that ideology or that idea of thinking is no different than prison.
Mm.
It's no different than the person who comes home from jail and immediately has to go back because he don't
You
feel
heard,
right.
you heard Pastor IU. What was that last week, a week before last, when he said he felt like his friends are in jail. Like he don't trust niggas on the street. He'd rather be in there with his friends.
Man, like you see that is like the common nature of being broken. I watch artists every day online talk about the industry and they're not even understanding that they're putting their own energy out there to bring themselves back, to hold themselves down. It's like
Hold on, what
it's like
you mean?
okay, so like let's just put it like for one, as an artist, I would never as an artist, I wouldn't come on this platform and be like, hey, I cold hardly support the baby and everything he says.
Mhm.
I wouldn't even post that on my Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Because
You can't.
I know the world we in.
Mhm.
Like even if I did support the baby, I wouldn't do it. You see how the baby said, all those who came to speak to me privately?
Mhm.
Because we know there's a lot of odds out here that sit up there and say, I rap like this, or I'll never ever change this, or I'll never ever do that. And I mean, listen, have your morals.
Mhm.
Damn, have your morals. I ain't say throw your morals to the wayside, but you do got to understand that you playing a thin game. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like there's so many different jobs in the music industry that you can do that you don't have to play ball.
Right.
So don't rap, don't sing, don't dance, jig and jug. Learn the business and get paid.
Yeah, you can't be on the front like when you're in the public eye when you're in the front line. Not
You
behind the scenes. It's harder to
you the
do it.
first one shot. You the first one shot. And you have listen, like it's crazy because we accept this role. This is this is how life. This is how life is supposed to be looked at, guys. High
Mhm.
school is your training. High school was your training ground for
Mhm.
everything that you're gonna need to see. And if you was lucky enough to go to college, all you did was have a little bit of strengthening yourself to know I can make it out here. You know,
Mhm.
like all right, I can do solo. I don't need mom and dad too much over my back. But I mean, like, let's just be real. High school was the battlegrounds to teach us how we gonna have to move and should be moving, should have been moving this whole time. It's
Mhm.
clicked up. It's groups. It's weirdos. It's nerds. It's goths. It's bullies. It's jocks. It's all of the above. And still today, no matter how old you are, you have to deal with weirdos, jocks, um, goths, um, nerds. Um, and the thing about it is, a lot of y'all made the decision to say, "Oh, I don't talk to that group. I don't talk to that group, and I don't talk to that group. It's us or them. It's us against the world." And you took that mentality with you, and now you old, and you realize that you work for all the people that work together.
Mhm.
And I mean, listen, y'all know how I feel about
Damn,
every.
that
Y'all know.
was deep. Hold on. Wait, I got posted. Hold
Yeah,
on,
no,
y'all.
listen. Y'all know how I feel about like I really just
No,
like I
because
don't
that
just
was deep six. That was
yeah, cause
really.
I don't just speak for the artists. Like I'm speaking for all black people. You know what I'm saying? Like we have a position. And I understand black women. I understand black women's position because like I said, I'm a man. And y'all position is where we were 10 years ago, 5 years ago. I mean, I don't know not one man that just wasn't damn near tired, disgusted, ready to give up on the world, gave up on the world, gave up on themselves back in 2009, 2010. The world was like full of men walking around like zombies. And to be quite fair, only to be fair, because I was one of those men walking around like a zombie, not knowing what I wanted to do, living off living off my girl, you know what I'm saying? Being a bum, smoking every day free, having all my friends hang around, giving up on life, quitting all my jobs because I was tired of going to work and not being respected. I was tired of not getting the money that I deserved. I was tired of not getting the raises. I mean, I worked this job and I was a security officer. Then I went from security to the DOD. For y'all that don't know, I was a DOD civilian police officer, right? At that job, I was an officer. I was there for 2.5 years. 3 times I was recommended to become a sergeant. One time recommended to become a lieutenant. And each time my captain or chief denied my name because they said I had a quality to lead people in whichever way I said. Meaning they didn't want me to lead a group of officers to believe my way of thinking as opposed to their way of training. So they never gave me the position. And I just quit. And I just quit jobs, quit them. And then now I'm looking at today because back then I'm reminded of all the things that I was called. No matter what my mental state was.
Uh-huh.
Real reality check. No matter
Yeah.
what my mental state was, no matter what anybody's mental state was. I mean, my father, he was the same boat. He was diagnosed with all types of mental illnesses later on in his life. But since he was 9, he had just been thrown in the system for cutting up. Lock him up for a few years. Lock him up for a few years. Lock him up because he had all given up. Dropped out of school at 9, breaking in, robbing, stealing, whatever he could get into. No one understands why. He just frustrated. He just don't know how to get along. But now we look at this world now. This is exactly where the women are today. And I'm like, damn, I feel y'all. But y'all told me toughen up. I can't tell y'all man up because y'all women. We can't
Mhm.
tell y'all act like women because that's disrespectful.
I
We
mean,
can't
but
we
well,
can't
that's a
tell
little
we can't
too.
offer any
Fuck
words
big
of encouragement because we don't know what to say. Because we've been in that position and we made it. All the athletes, y'all think that male athletes were making $100 million when the NBA and the NFL first started? No, they was getting
So
paid
yeah,
peanuts.
let's talk about Simone Biles. So she dropped. Well, she had a bad fall or a bad flip, and decided to take a break um, for her mental state.
I'm trying to understand where does this like where did that concept come at? Like I understand from my understanding that she was told that she would be judged differently, so she had to make her flips a little bit more difficult. So in trying to make them more difficult, she was messing up. Now I don't know how many people listen to me on Hip Hop 95, but what I said there was there's no reason why, if you are presented with these situations in front of you, you should not accept it if you don't feel like you can do it. And the minute that you accept it, you got to finish the job. Could you imagine?
Oh, that's your position on it, huh?
Listen, you have to finish the job. And honestly, I don't give a dang on if I sit up there and say to someone, "Hey, I want to come to." If someone books me for a show, because the Olympics is a show that you get booked for, you may earn to go there, but you still get booked there because hey, look like Sha'Carri Richards, she earned to go there, and they found a way to tell her no. You know what I'm saying? So it's a show that you get invited to, and once you get there, there's rules, regulations. If I'm stepping on stage to do a show and they say to me, well, let's just use a rapper for instance. A little Scrappy had a show at a high school. They asked him to not do his signature shirt off. Well, Lil Scrappy chose to still do his signature shirt off at the show. And he was presented with police arresting him after show. So at the end of the day, you can't just do what you want to do on any platform. And if you don't like the situation or the rules, don't accept it. Don't take the money. Don't take the money and then cop out. That's like me sitting at that joint, accepting a job here, getting paid here, and then every day, because I don't like it, calling in sick. And it's crazy because they make millions. They make millions. I asked, do you believe, Jezebel, that it's more stressful at the bottom with nothing trying to make it, or at the top with everything and have made it?
I would say it's more difficult trying to manage what you have as opposed to trying to get what you do.
Yeah, I like the thing is that's what seems to be the balance. That's what seemingly seems to be the thing. It seems like everyone that gets everything that they ask for goes like weird, gets weird. Life doesn't really make out for them. But then why do we try?
So
It's
wait a
like
minute. Wait.
why do we get stuck trying? Why do we try? Like why do we even get up? Why not just lay in our bed? I mean, we gonna make money. That ain't gonna be a thing. But why not just lay in our bed? Or let's just say why who someone will make money. Someone will make money to take care of us in this world. I mean,
I wish.
the homeless must have it all figured out. Then
I mean, they pretty much.
we doing it
Some
wrong.
do. Some do. They rather. I heard. Well, that's what he was telling me. He said it's worse in the homeless shelter. Y'all gotta
It
go watch
is
that
no.
interview with
It
IU the Shake. He said
no.
it's worse in the homeless shelter than it is on the streets.
It is. It is. Listen, listen. Let me tell you something. I watched that interview, and when he said that, when y'all got on that subject, it took me back to a place. For you know what I'm saying? Like I don't really like talking about that, but I spent some time in the shelter as a kid. You know what I'm saying? Life was not good. Life was not easy. You feel me? So when he said that, I I immediately remember like some serious crazy shit that happens in shelters. It got so
Mm,
bad. My mom was like, "Fuck it, I'll just use everything we got." She had to beg, borrow, whatever to get hotels. Like she refused to do it,
mm,
you know. But it's a thing, you know what I'm saying? Like that's a place where everyone is just going to survive, you know.
mm,
And at the end of the day, people are willing to just survive, and I get that. There's nothing wrong with just surviving. I'm not talking to those people that just want to survive. I commend you for surviving. I'm talking to the people who say they get up in the morning and say, I want to be this. I want to be a business owner. I want to be a leader. I want to get a record and get a platinum record. I want to, anything. This show is called Boss Biz. We're
mm,
talking to the people that want to be bosses.
mm.
So if you don't want to be a boss, this does not pertain to you. We are here for you to gain knowledge, right? And also a little bit of entertainment. But I get upset when I have guests that want to come on and challenge me on a position. I get upset when I have people that want to challenge me on a position. I get upset when I have people that want to put positions out there for people when you don't really understand or you don't really know what is going on. I
Yeah.
mean, listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. That Simone Blau situation was trippy, you know? And like honestly, I don't like anybody that said that supports her for walking away, you know? Because honestly,
Why not? You just feel like she's a quitter.
honestly, I feel like I don't feel like that she is just a quitter. I feel like an excuse maker as well.
Wait a minute, I
And,
was not.
and
I was not.
because there are people that deal with mental health really every day. And I'm not
Yeah.
saying that she does or don't, but there are people that deal with mental health every day that still wish that they could be in her position. You know, there are other gymnasts that she beat with her moves that I'm sure have mental problems from not being able to compete on her level. That played their whole life, battled their whole life to get there. There are other people on that team that fought their whole life to get there, to be her teammate, and felt like they had a great opportunity to win with her as their teammate, only for her to quit on them, and now they all go home losers. And then I hear she's going to compete in another event to, to try to make up for it. Man, bye. I don't like that. And I think that what people really need in this world is to be called out on their bullshit. And what they really need is to be forced to make and take the stand that they took. Let me
So
see
you
if you
feel
ever took
like
medicine.
if she
I do
quit
actually.
this.
I actually take medication. Like I talk about this a lot on the show. I am diagnosed with bipolar and stage 2 depression and all that good stuff. I take tons of pills. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I don't because sometimes the pills make me feel like I don't want to do nothing for days. For days, sometimes I sit in my room and literally just stare. TV off, nothing
Mhm.
on, for days sometimes. Some days I don't even want to get up out of my bed. Some days I wake up at like 3 o'clock in the morning and wake up everybody in my house just kirking, cursing, yelling, and screaming. But at the end of the day, that is something that I have to deal with every day. That is something that I dealt with at my jobs every day. You know what I'm saying? And the reality is jobs don't accept that. The real
They
world,
don't.
the real world didn't accept that. The real world didn't accept me coming into work one day. Hey, everybody, and by lunch, get the fuck out of my face. Go over there. If you come over here, I'm gonna hurt somebody. To say these days because I meant it. Like meant it. I mean, look, a lot like my 15 days in the Navy ended abruptly because of medical, but my medical also led to me beating up a few people up there, and it was like, damn, you got to go. You know, the next morning, a plane ticket on my pillow.
Yeah.
So this is the real world. They don't accept that. You know what I'm saying? So all you have is your skills. And you're not only the voice for you're the voice for a whole nation now of people that are also going through something.
So what if she wasn't in the right space and she competed and she kept going and she flipped and broke her neck and died? Then what? Then what would you say?
Let me tell you something, right. Like honestly, I'm not gonna sit up here and well, let me first answer your question first. That would be a messed up situation. You know,
Indeed.
that would be messed up. And I don't think that anybody should push themselves to the point where they die. You know what I'm saying? However, I come from a time and where athletes were praised for different things. I mean, Ronnie Lott broke his fingers, and instead of coming out the game, he cut him off so he could finish the game. I mean, you got to think about these things. Like players that I seen that we call greats played through stuff. I mean, if it's a saying that coaches use: Are you injured or are you hurt? And it's like, what's the difference, coach? Well, if you injured, you can keep playing. If you hurt, we got to call an ambulance. Which one is it? And the thing is, like, I don't know what mental state. I'm not a gymnast. I don't know what mental state you have to be in to flip. But at the end of the day, that when you're using your skills to do something, it's not about win or lose. It's about accomplishing goals and doing what you do. And
Mm.
when you put yourself in a position on a platform that little girls look up to you, little boys look up to you, what are you saying for the kid that finds out he has a mental problem? It's okay to quit, kid. You good. We'll accept that. Nah, you gotta fight through and get yours. Because at the end of the day, if you don't have yours, you won't get nothing.
I feel like you should be able to quit, but then in that same instance, you should not be able to return. Like
Let's,
if you forfeit your position in the Olympics, I don't think you should be able to come back in a lifetime. I
of
just
course, but the only reason that she was able to quit is because she's already became a millionaire off of the Olympics. Do you think that? Do you mental problems don't just come to you in a year or in a week? It's something you have forever. She had these same mental problems when she first jumped in the Olympics her first time. The same pressure the first time.
But then what about her brother and the murder and all of that and him getting off and everybody blaming her for a murderer being on the streets
I mean, listen, like honestly, this
and
is what I'm
social
saying.
media is
This is
evil.
this is what I'm saying, young. Like I totally agree. But when you have a job that you use your skill, okay, not a job. If your skills is how you make a living, if your talent is how you make a living, that is your only thing that you have. That is your only piece. That is your only place. You can't let nobody take that from you. And the minute
Mm,
that you quit, I don't care if she got up there and did her same flips and got pointed, whatever. You know, she didn't have to up the ante because nobody already was close to her.
yeah.
You know, she just had to go out there and be her and show to a larger amount of people that no matter what they put in front of you, you
Mhm.
can knock it down.
Mm.
Like because at the end of the day, you took millions of dollars. You took a bunch of endorsements because that's what people believe. You're superhuman. You can do things
Mm.
that no one else can do. We have a position. Look, listen, it's crazy because I
you
accept.
holding her you holding her to the fire. You was not playing with
Yes,
her.
because listen, I accept. I You accept your position with this radio show, and that's not Olympic status.
But I even understand some days like when you don't feel like getting up and you don't feel like doing anything and you don't feel like pushing through, but you just have to. But some days you just can't. I mean, I can't see myself getting this far and being like, okay, fuck radio entirely. Like,
But
just because I don't feel good today. Like,
it, see, the thing is, like, that's the difference between the hunger, the hungry, and the fed. It's like when you hungry. No,
you ain't
like
shit.
real life, like
Oh man.
when you hungry, when you hungry, you're gonna get up to get your meal, even if you gotta crawl to it. Even if when you get there it's crumbs, you gonna make sure you get something. When you
Yeah.
fed, you like, fuck it, they had the crumbs. And it's just get weird. It's weird. But like it's crazy because we don't think. We're not thinking. We're not evolving ourselves. Like what do you say? I didn't take it, I earned it. But like we're not evolving ourselves. We're not forcing ourselves to push to the limit. We're not forcing ourselves to push to the max. We're so busy nowadays listening to all these old heads and trying to get their respect. And they're not cutting no checks, y'all. They're not gonna buy your music. They're not gonna watch your little movie. Just stop it. They're not gonna buy your clothes. Stop it. They're gonna want it for free. They're gonna want to get in for free. They're gonna want to hear it for free.
Now let's talk about support. Do you care who supports you? I mean, who
Hell,
doesn't? No, do you care who does not support you?
hell no. Hell no. I used to though. I used to be like a big baby about it.
Okay, and what do you think bothered you most about it? Was it the fact that people you knew people couldn't? I
No.
mean, like, because there's some people that just, it's not that they can't, but they just never get around to it.
So
And then you got some people that purposely don't support you. How
no.
did you feel about, did you ever notice people that did not, that purposely did not support you?
I'm gonna tell you like this. Everyone that does not support me purposely does not support me. There's no one that can't support me. There's no one that can't, especially in your circle or in your
Okay.
life. In your life.
Okay. Well, let me rephrase that question though, because what I mean is there's some people that try to support you, but they're not. I mean, they support you, but not actively. Because you got people that supported you before, but they're not continuously every second on top of things. Then you got some
Right.
people that's on top of things, but they just have you
Right.
ever felt
Like the
that
people
person?
online, like those friends that share everybody's shit but never share your shit. But as opposed to the friends who never online, so when they say, I'm never online, it's like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, I know you never online, so I ain't expect you to share my shit. Nah, right? You totally, I totally get it. But like me personally, definitely the friends that, so for the friends that I know actively and purposely choose not to follow me, I don't even talk to them anymore.
What do you mean?
Like I
Hold
don't
on.
even.
Hold on. Slow, say that. I'm sorry.
So
I want
so
to say that
to
again.
address the friends that purposely do not support me, like actively online every day, don't share none of my stuff, don't comment on none of my stuff, don't speak on none of my stuff. I don't talk to them no more.
And why is that?
Well, I mean, because at the end of the day, it's called making room. And I'm a little person. Like we are bodies, we are vessels. We have only but so much energy that we can have in ourselves at one time. And it's so much energy that we can radiate at one time. So now what I realized was I am a big socialite. At any given time, I can have anywhere from 7 to 15 to 20 people at my house just hanging all day from sun up to sundown. Literally have nothing to do. The day I have a show, no one's nowhere to be found. However, what I started to realize at the shows is I'm starting to make friends. I'm starting to have supporters who come to every show. Now those supporters are now like on my social media. Now some of those supporters may have made their way to my house because I'm still a big socialite.
Mhm.
So now I have friends who, let's say I got three friends who don't support my music or don't really support whatever I'm doing. If at my home I got these three new social friends who are supporting my music, I may be playing music for them. I may be doing something talking about my music with them. We may be talking about stuff that they're interested in my life that my friends who've already been around already heard, already know, don't really care to hear again. So why have them around? I have to make room for those energies. It's like a theater. Your life is a movie. And you best believe that it has seats in the theater. When the
Mhm.
seats are full, you can't just have people standing in the aisles. You gotta
Mm.
when the movie's over, people will get up. If people don't like the movie, they will leave out. And there's a seat for people that's been waiting to see it. At the end of the day, when my new manager came into my life, he said to me, he said, bro, he said, you was popular as shit in high school. Like you popular as shit around your way. Everybody know you. Why don't you have people at your shows? Why don't you have people coming out? And I was like, damn. Which I mean, like I asked him. He said, "No, like ask him." He said, "Nah." He said, "You." He said, "You light up the room wherever you go." He said, "So
That's
stop
huge.
hanging with them, and let these people that want to hang with you hang." And honestly, that was the best advice that a man ever gave me
Mm.
because I immediately like, and I'm a fast mover on energy. I changed my number. Only a few people got it. Whoever got it. Whoever didn't. Whoever
Mhm.
reached out. You know, some people hit me on social media like, "Yo, I tried to hit you up. What's your new number?" Oh, here you go. You know, but at the end of the day, you don't support me. Why do I? Because at the end of the day, if I give you me, like if I give you me, if I give you my energy, I'm supporting you
Yeah.
because I'm gonna be me regardless.
Right.
And even if I got that friend that I never like his stuff, and he
Mhm.
never likes my stuff, and we never share each other's stuff. Support is so many different ways. I mean,
Mhm.
just if your friend can't call you and say, "Hey, I see what you're doing. Keep doing your thing," I don't have to like it, but shit, thanks for those words, bruh. I'm glad
Yeah.
I know you looking.
Yeah.
Like even if you never come to my shows, I don't care. Like show me.
Your little words of encouragement, that was enough
That
support
goes
right there.
way, way
Yeah.
further.
Yeah.
I, I
Yeah.
had I had a really good friend of mine. I never seen him at none of my shows. Well, maybe two, maybe three, right? I can count on my hand how many times I seen him at a show. However, one day I'm riding, and I mean like I'm driving, and I this was like random. He's at the light. I see his car, so now I pull up, and I'm like, "Yo!" He roll his window down. My music loud as shit in the car. I'm like, "Oh shit, you listen to my shit, son?" He said, "You in the playlist?" Like, that's what he said. He keep it cool because he a G. He said, "You in the playlist?" I'm like, "Damn, I ain't never know." I get on Apple Music. I get on Apple Music one day and I just type my name and type in Sixxcess and whatever. And it was like all these playlists pop up. And one of my older friends got a whole playlist, all my music on it, just straight, just him. And I was like, whoa, I didn't even know he listened to my music. All right,
Mhm.
Deacon. Shout out Deacon. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
I'm like, the world is so big now. Like our energies, we gotta give it, radiate it to people that want it. I mean, that's
Yeah.
why, like I said, that's why so many young rappers they start out as rappers, and then next thing you know, they yelling, "I'm a rock star."
Because their rap friends didn't support them, so they went to another genre.
Exactly. Because when they walked into the shows, they was being, "Oh, that's not it. That's weird. We don't like that. Nah, that's not. That's we need. You got
That's what
something
Lil
else?"
Wayne said. Yeah, that's what Lil Wayne said. He used to play his shit and his partners all be like, oh no, no. He was like, but he didn't let that discourage him. He was like, he found a lane in which people fucked with him, which was his rock lane, I guess.
Let me
Something
say that.
along that
I, s-
line.
I said to someone earlier, Little Wayne. Little Wayne opened the door for put on. He's the rapper who started the put on era. To be free, the speak what free in your music, to be free to use your voice how you want to use it, not like T-Pain and just, T-Pain was a gimmick, was a thing. Auto tune singing, all right, cool. Kanye, he tried it, it was a thing. It was a thing. But when Lil Wayne did it, he was really like breaking the mold of like, bro, you're a rapper. Like you have to do this. You have to rap like this. You can't do that. It's like, nah, I can do whatever I want. I could do
Yeah.
country. I could do pop. I could do rock.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's.
now he started opening doors for other artists to be like, I'm not just a rapper anymore. I'm
Mhm.
not. I'm not just a hip hop artist.
Yeah.
And it's like you get you get shot down in your. I had somebody tell me it's hip hop. It's hip hop is the genre, not rap. I said what?
Hip hop. Wait.
He said hip hop is the genre,
Oh
not
yeah.
rap. I said, how do you think that, son? They wasn't doing
Isn't
hip
hip
hop
hop
first.
and rap two different genres? I mean, that's what.
So the thing is this, right? The whole genre in itself is called rap. The subgenre within it is where you get hip hop.
Okay.
Hip hop is no different than trap, a subgenre of rap. Hip hop is a style of rap,
Okay.
not the rap game. And a lot of people get confused and they really be sounding dumb as shit when they be like, that ain't hip hop. That ain't hip hop. Well, he never said he was a hip hop artist.
He
He
said
said he's a
it's a
rapper. And they show their true colors. It be showing your true colors. It be like showing how, it's like standing up in class and yelling out the wrong answer. You know, it's like when your teacher call you because she know you're not paying attention and you say something that you just know dumb as shit.
Mm.
Like, come on, man. Don't put everybody. Y'all have to stop putting. Listen, America. You have to stop putting your beliefs and your wants, and I'm talking about your personal wants, on the whole world. You can't keep picking people because they believe how you believe. They live how you live. One of the realest people I ever met was an atheist, and I believe in God. But one of the realest people I ever met was an atheist. And
Why is that?
why is that? He didn't know me from a can of paint, and support went above and beyond to support me. I mean, I'm talking about met the guy, sat down with the guy, shared a vision with the guy, and we started off just smoke buddies, just sitting
Mm.
down smoking. And one day I said, "Man, I'm about to hit the studio." He said, "Wait,
Mhm.
you rap?" And I was hanging with him for maybe about 4 or 5 months, just going through, chilling, smoking, playing games, talking, vibing, listening to other music, not even mine. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I saw him hit the studio. He said, "You rap?" I said, "Yeah, I rap." And this is one of the realest things that let me tell y'all first. He's not a black guy. He's white. First of all, he was
Mhm.
white. But this is one of the most realest things that a person ever did to me. He said, "Shoot, I'm trying to invest in your rap." I said, "What you mean?" He said, "Shoot, I'll support you." He gave me $4,400. $4,400. I immediately did a whole string of stuff. And then you know what the best part about it was? Not just because I guess I was sitting there smoking every day and we was hanging all the time. But he kept investing. He kept investing. And like I didn't have to pay for studio time anymore. I didn't have to pay for shows. I was all on the road. I was here, there, everywhere, all the way to Indiana, Indianapolis, or whatever that is. And honestly, it changed my whole mental on my circle because I was like I said, didn't know me from a can of paint, and I was introduced to him through someone else. But just like I said, I mean, like I'm blessed. I'm a blessed guy. I have a radiation, but still, he saw that. He made that happen, and he made a lot of money too with me. He made a lot of money off me, and I made a lot of money with him, and we made a lot of money together. And he bought a big old house and was able to retire, and life is great. And I never understood. I didn't understand then what an atheist was, but I knew that that's what he was. You
Mm.
know, I didn't care what an atheist was. I knew that this dude was looking out for me more than anybody I ever known looked out for. And the crazy part is he had another friend that was a DJ. You know, he
Mm-hmm.
he bought him all DJ equipment, all new DJ equipment. Started putting on shows and more venues. So he was the house DJ. I was just hosting shows, and I was walking around shows just hosting and smoking, and getting paid.
Mm.
And it was like okay, this is what management is.
Yeah.
This now like why isn't he my manager today? You ask. Well, because although he knew how to move money, he didn't know the music business. And when you start moving in this game, I don't care if you moving just a little bit and you getting out and associating your people with people, you're gonna have to know how to move money.
Oh, where did he go? Where did he go?
But I don't care how where you do in this game, where you start, you're gonna meet people that's gonna have to take you to the next step and to
Yeah.
the next level.
Mm.
And that's where that big word loyalty comes in. Because a lot of people think that it's like, oh, I gotta stay down, I gotta stay with my people. Nah, it's just making sure everybody eat. As you
Yep.
go up, everybody eating, everybody winning.
Like you said, evolution. It's all about growing. You never supposed to stay stagnant. And
Yeah,
that's another thing. Anyone that expects you to stay in the same spot don't really want to see, don't really consider your well being or don't care for your success. There we go.
yeah,
That's what.
yeah. Like Jay Money said, no one wants to support you in our community until they see that you can self-sustain.
Mm-hmm.
And the sad part about it is self-sustaining is showing your ass and showing you don't care, showing you don't need them. It's like, wait a minute, he don't need us. Let's all
Mm-hmm.
kiss his ass. Oh, but like it's crazy because you go out and you ask people, you like, hey, come to my show, come to my show, come see me perform. Everyone's like, wait a minute, no, no one's coming. But then the minute you stop asking and they see your shows, why you ain't tell me? Why you ain't ask me?
What you say you do to people now if they ask you, but they seen you promoting it? It's like
Look,
don't even address it.
I tell them straight off the break, I didn't think you cared. One of my best friends, and he's probably watching right now. He said to me, he said, "Why do I always forget you're about to go on air?" I said, "Cause you don't care." He know I was joking. He know I was joking, but I mean he cares because he knows. But it was just a joke. But still, you know what I'm saying? Like people don't really care. Let us be Breakfast Club, and everyone
Everybody.
everyone wants to know us.
Mm,
You know, and it's crazy because like we started this. We started this like what, like a year or two ago.
a year.
I remember when you had the idea. I remember when you had the idea and you asked and you I was like, that would be lit if you did that. And I remember telling everybody, I was like, everyone was asking me, I'm like, man, I'm waiting to Jezabel get started, and that's what I'm doing. I'm waiting on Jezebel. I ain't doing nothing else. I'm like really on vacation until Jezebel gets started. And everybody like, what? Do your own thing. Do your own thing. And I'm like, we gotta understand something, people. This isn't an own thing type of world. This world, everything that y'all celebrate is team
Mhm.
oriented.
That's true.
But yet we want to be selfish. We want to be But everything we celebrate is team oriented.
Yeah.
It's like, wait a minute,
Mm.
y'all don't pay the eye guy. Half y'all
Mm.
don't even wear glasses and you need them. So I mean, come on, let's keep it a whole buck bean bean. You know what I'm talking
Mm.
about? We know what up. We know what up, and I'm not mad at y'all. But like our we have a platform here, right?
Mhm.
And our platform, like honestly, some weeks I love interviewing guests. Some weeks I really hate interviewing guests. And
Why? I
you
love
know,
interviews.
no, listen, look, like I love
Look,
interviewing.
I'm nosy as shit though.
Now I love interviewing, but some guests don't give it to us.
Oh yeah.
Some guests too cool for the freezer. And I'm just like, hey,
Wait, I caught that lady. You said two.
yeah, too cool for the freezer. You know, like they got all of it together. You know, and it's crazy because nowadays we got a lot of outlets popping up.
Yeah.
You know, and you asked a couple of weeks ago, is it our position and our duty to make sure that we do it for the people, pretty much? And like,
Mhm.
it was weird because I'm looking online, and do you know Kill Mode News?
No, that's what I was asking you earlier because I seen that. Who is that? I've seen a post or two with Kilmo News in it, but what was that about? Who is Kilmo News?
So Kill Mode News is like DMV Hood News' competition, I guess. And I like to tell these people, Kill
Um,
Mode News likes to believe that they're the news because they have news in their IG, but it's just Instagram. So a lot of people, we all know about the Instagram I need money grab. And a lot of radio stations, a lot of outlets charge artists to get on their outlets, charge artists to be on their stories, charge artists to be on their profiles, walls, or whatever, charge artists for a lot of resources to be
so
on
artists are
Instagram.
tired. That's
Now,
what.
artists are tired like black women. Now, listen, I'm not gonna sit up here and cap to y'all, right? Because this came through to me, so I want to address something before Kilmo News, gets upset. I understand social media campaigns cost a lot of money to run one of your posts and to make sure it gets the attention that it deserves. Costs a lot of money. Sometimes five, sometimes 10, sometimes $20 a post. Now, if y'all don't know how this Instagram life work, I implore y'all to just for fun create a new Instagram. Make that Instagram a business Instagram and not a personal one. There's this button on there called promote a
Mhm.
photo that'll tell you something like how many people will be looking at this photo, how many people will see this
That shit
post.
is
And
robbery.
that's usually what a lot of people say. It's a big robbery, but just click on it to see what that cost to run on a campaign. Then I want y'all to go and look at these pages that y'all asked for and research them. I mean, I don't know Kilmo News who runs the page. All I know is a lot of people started to charge for IG posts, and I think that's ridiculous. I think that is ridiculous. Do
What do
I
you
agree
mean?
with it? Do I
Why?
agree?
Why do you think it's ridiculous if they're giving you exposure on their page?
No, so it's just IG. If they can share fucking Drake shit, if they can share such and such shit that's not content that we know that they're not getting paid to share, is this the share button? It's a share button. It's a share button now. Take a second. You know, um, the reality of it is half of social media is fake. Half of social media is well, let's just say 80% of social media is fake. 80%. A lot of y'all don't understand the algorithms, and if you try to understand my man Big Al G rhythm, you can't understand Al G. My man
Yes.
already told you that. He running the game. So when you try to understand that, because that's what a lot of them are trying to do, and try to get into it and understand that, it's like, wait a minute. All right. What is your purpose of wanting these people to see your music or wanting this website or this outlet to post your stuff? If your purpose is for all of these people to see it, well, go to all those people's page and friend them.
Mm.
If you really believe that everyone is going to watch it on this page, then just go send it to them. But the reality of it is, like I know that that's not true. Everyone on that page is not going to watch it. Just like everyone on that page does not watch what they post anyway. And the thing about it is, why aren't these social media sites building relationships in the community and sharing and exploiting these artists and these communities in a positive light anyway?
Anyway, that's what I was saying. I was like, they want to operate like the shade room, but then y'all get mad when artists start cussing y'all asses out and don't really, and then no big artists that come in town want to come on y'all platforms. Like sometimes you have to, like, especially here, like artists be going on DMV Hoods and News all the time. He gets into it with artists all the time, but you
Yeah,
post more negative than positive.
yeah. He can't post your music, but he can post when you say something.
Yeah.
He can't post. He can't. And like the thing about it is, it's called DMV Hood News, and I'm trying to figure out. All right, it's called Kill Mo News. So I'm sitting here like, okay, these platforms are just mere entertainment,
Yeah.
but these are people who created these platforms because of stories that they heard. It's like,
Mhm.
oh, such and such is being paid all this money for his post. I want to start getting paid for my post. I'm going to create a page. I can do that. Well, if y'all really think that Revolt TV, if y'all really think that um what's the shade room is up in artists' DMs like, hey, I'll post this story about you if you send me some money, if you pay me, then y'all got it all wrong. Y'all don't
Mhm.
understand sponsorships, which I've talked about on the show. Y'all don't
Yeah.
understand how to get investors, which I've talked about on the show. Y'all don't understand how to make yourself valuable, which I talked about on the show. Y'all don't even understand how to do it after you've done it. It's like, all right, so fucking, I don't want to, I don't want to, I don't want to, I don't want to do that no more. I just want to sit on here. I just want to sit here, and I want to talk to you guys about things like why Walmart and Disney are forcing their employees to get vaccinated.
Um,
That's what I want to talk to you guys about.
there's also some places that's not letting unvaccinated people into their establishment.
Man, talk about big HIPAA violations. And the government in California and New York says that they're going to be doing weekly testings for all unvaccinated employees. So when I tell you that this vaccine is getting serious, like we're not even allowed by law to ask people, are they vaccinated? We do understand that. I don't think people understand that.
You're not supposed to. I worked in the medical field. You
Yeah,
really is. It's a violation of what you say. But
yeah, hippo. It's a violation of HIPAA. Seriously. And
that
like,
paper that you sign at the doctor's office is basically like it's a consent form to allow the doctor's office to even get your health information. So why would a stranger on a street or any just business be able to ask you like your status and you have to disclose it? They're not forcing everybody to disclose their other statuses, so I don't think that's fair.
yeah, like honestly, if people ask you about your vaccination status, you have the right to ask them who they sleep with last night, and they have to tell you. If they can't share their personal information, then you don't have to share yours.
I
it's
just
just
tell
really how
people
it
none.
is.
I just say none of your business.
Are
Like
you
if I don't know you, it's none of your damn business.
do
Even
you
if you,
walk in spots hell high, like you vaccinated? If you're not vaccinated,
No, I don't because honestly, and even though I was going back and forth with somebody the other day. They was like, "Well, the mask don't protect you." I said, "Well, I've been in large spaces and I've been fine wearing my mask, so I'll continue to do that if that just makes me feel comfortable." But I don't be in people face and personal space like that anyway. So I
yeah,
do wear my mask when I still go out, and I take it off. But as long as nobody's like I gotta be able to put my arms out all the way around me. Like you should not be no closer than that. You should not be all in my personal space anyway.
yeah.
Breathing all in my shit. Like no. Not because of COVID, but just in general. I don't like that shit. Back the
It's
fuck
because I don't know. I don't know you, man. Back
up.
up.
Right.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
get real
so
defensive about my bubble too. But
mm,
sometimes, like honestly, I'm not about to. I'm not about to worry about it now. Like it's like, hey, there's so many people out here. We ain't gonna know who is or who ain't. We can't ask. We just gotta just trust ourselves to keep ourselves safe. That's what we gotta do. So Jezebel, let me ask you a question. Did you hear about Rolling Loud last weekend? Over the weekend.
uh other than the baby.
Other than the baby, they say that it was pretty stanky up there. They say it was smelling like ass up there. That's why the baby did that fresh check. That's why the baby did that fresh check. But 20,000 people caught COVID at
Nuh-uh.
the Rolling Loud
Hey,
Festival.
whatever. They lying. I don't believe that shit.
They said it. They put that number out there. That number is out
20,000
there.
people went in. So all 20,000 people went and got tested after the festival.
I guess so. I guess so. It's at different times, and I think that like it's like a universal COVID tester, and it's like as soon as that junk goes down, the thing in the world goes off like ding ding. So it's
So
like
they
got it.
20,000 people went and got tested after the Rolling Loud. They said I went to Rolling Loud and I just want to get tested, and that's how they determined that 20,000 people from Rolling Loud had
Yep,
COVID.
yep. Some of them were forced to be
Bullshit.
tested. Some of them were forced to be tested when they came back from the festival by their jobs.
Oh, okay. Well, then that makes more sense to me then. Okay, because I'm like, how did you? Oh
Yeah.
well.
So they put a number of 20K up there. They say everybody was up there not washing their ass, not washing their hands, smelling musky and funky and rolling loud. They was rolling real loud under their arms and passing COVID around. And that's some bullshit. I'm glad I didn't go. I started to go, but my doctor was like, "You can't go."
One of my boyfriends was there.
Wait, one?
One of them.
Was it number two or number?
He's actually number. He don't have a number. He's just
So
there.
I hated that song
He's
by.
infinite, number infinite.
Oh, so he's never going anywhere. That's the one everyone's gonna have to fight with.
But
Okay.
yeah, I was like that weekend was so boring. I had posted. I was like, all my dudes is in Miami while I'm
I
here
saw
fucking
that
doing this
post.
show.
I saw that post. They all got COVID. So
Oh man,
Jezebel,
well I
we also saw we also saw your fundraiser post.
Oh my gosh. So you want to talk about all right, so y'all my people's African, right? And Africans cheap as shit. Like them motherfuckers so fucking cheap. They always be asking for fucking money for rice and shit to send to Africa. But when you need something, they'll be trying to give you shit. So I told my cousin I was going, it's like it's a joke to me, but I still want some money. So I told my cousin I was like, I'm gonna ask the Africans for some money. So I went on Facebook and I posted this and I said to my family, I was like, I'm trying to go back home to Africa for Christmas. If you are truly a godly person, please send your donations to my Cash App. Right? Nobody responded. So I posted, I got two family group chats, one on my mom's side, one on my dad's side, cheap ass Africans. I hope y'all hear this shit. And
They do. They
I
hear you.
posted it in the chat. Still nobody responded. So I went back and I started tagging motherfuckers. And I posted another post and I said, so nobody responded, and I tagged a whole bunch of people. And yes, nobody has sent me $1 yet. So, yeah,
Uh,
I be
uh,
in
let's
African and
where's
shit.
now where's this at in Africa? They don't got no money. You had to send them the money for the rice.
This is West Africa, but I have a lot of family here. I was tagging my family that's here in New York and Philly and
You
DC.
gotta,
Like, I
you
was
gotta,
tagging
you
all my
gotta,
family.
you got.
They cheap as shit, young. They so fucking cheap. So my cousin, she did call me, and I ain't talked to her yet. But I'm gonna ask her. I'm gonna be like, "Can you put together a fundraiser so I can go back home to Africa?"
You know,
Then they
we
gonna
gonna
see me
start.
in Barbados and be like, "Bitch, you got money."
I was about to say that. Like, do we have now? What's the one way? What's the one way? What's the round trip? What's the round trip? What's the round trip thing here?
It's $1,200 to $1,300 round trip.
Okay, so we're gonna start. We're gonna get this popping. We're gonna do. We got to get one of those little bubble joints, Jezabel, and we're gonna
So
start
y'all can
showing it.
donate.
Yeah,
I
we're gonna
just
start
want to
showing it
go
every
back
week.
home to Africa, y'all,
I
and
just want to go
just
back home.
and you know, like I have a lot of stuff I want to take over there, and me and my cousin have a charity where we get clothes and we give it away to
That sounds dope.
unfortunate people. So I really do want to go. I do have some money. I'm raising my own money, so it's not like I'm sitting around waiting for people to pay for my ticket. But if they buy my ticket, which is $1,200, that gives me more money to give away when I'm over there. So instead of me only having 1,000 to play with, I probably have 2,200 to give away to the people over there buying them food or whatever I need to get them. So yeah, it's a joke, but I'm kind of serious. Like I really, eventually, I'm gonna buy my own ticket if nobody wants to help me. I'll just
Man,
stick a leg out on the street and hopefully
nah, we
everybody
don't need you. We don't want. We don't want to see that. We
leg
don't want to.
out. Shit.
I don't want. I don't want to get reports that
No,
Boss
I'm just
Biz
joking, y'all.
was out
But
there. So we're gonna look. We're gonna get the bubble thing going, and we're gonna start us a send Boss Biz back to Africa.
please,
Send.
y'all. It's some artists over there that my cousin, he's an artist. He got deported from here. So I'm actually, when I get out there, just probably even shed some light on the artists over there, y'all. Trap code is funny as shit. It's some of it is good, like it's trap African music. Like, but the shit be going. The
All
shit
right.
goes, yeah. Some of them
We
be
looking for it.
going.
We looking
Yeah.
for it. Now I ain't gonna hold y'all young. A lot of crazy stuff is going down, right? School down here in Atlanta is back in. And I know y'all not back in the DMV yet, but it is hell. Let me tell y'all one thing for certain and three things for sure. This week was hell for me. They started school today. Last week was the big build up for it, and I've been
Mhm.
going ham. This morning, traffic was out the yin yangs. I live maybe 5 minutes from the school. It took me 30 minutes to get home.
God dang. Well, y'all traffic bad like on any time, any day. Atlanta traffic is no, it's
Yeah,
the worst.
well, with the world opening back up, y'all better get prepared for it because y'all's looking like it's gonna be traffic crazy too.
So speaking about school, before you go into the Huffington Post, um, y'all give a hand clap for Dr. Umar.
Did he get his school open?
My my favorite pet African has started painting the gym of the school. He's having I forgot, it's a block party. It's going to be September 11th in Delaware at the school. So make sure you show up because I will be there.
So
Yes,
the
I'm
school is
very excited.
finished.
It's almost he'll be getting the HVAC on October 30th. And you guys, since all y'all people keep talking shit about the school never being open, yes, y'all waited 50 years. Yes, y'all waited 25 years and $2 million in donations. But can we just give him a hand clap for at least painting the gym? Like he showed us a gym. So
That is so
hopefully
black. That is such a black man thing. Paint the
so
gym first.
hopefully, so hopefully, he can get this school up and running because I do believe in his vision for the young black boys, and I'm hoping that this could be something like great, and grand. Yes, you guys, he has gotten a lot of money and he took his little snailish time, but let's just keep hope alive for Dr. Umar.
Yeah, tell him
Give it,
call LeBron, man. Just call LeBron and suck up and get it done. Get the school
and we
open.
don't need LeBron. We don't need LeBron. We good. We good over
Get
here.
get that school
We good
open,
over
man.
here.
Get that
Dr.
school
Umar.
open. Now, now y'all listen, young, like with the schools opening and stuff like that, y'all focus up, get them kids right, get them educated, and y'all get educated. Learn this business, man. Learn this business and get your money right. So this week's Huffington Post is a little different. I got to tell y'all, this is not about a Huff story. This is a success story. As we got to welcome a new rapper into the game of exotic cannabis. That your guy, Soldier Boy, is opening up Soldier Exotics. That's right. The brand will be opening up this week, guys. This week. That means today in California, you can go and get your Soldier's Grizzly Peak strand, which I'm trying to try, or you can go and get your Grease Runs. Those are two strands that Soldier Exotics will be having. He is joining the likes of Jim Jones, Currency, and Wiz Khalifa, who all have their own cannabis stores. And he will be selling 3.5 grams of the Grizzly Peaks exotic to only legal dispensaries. So if you got your card, go get that. They
What you
said
mean
this.
card? If you're in Cali, can't you just go up to a dispensary and get some
Well,
weed?
I don't know how it works in Cali. I
I
ain't in
hope so.
Cali, but they're only gonna be
Okay,
at
okay.
legal cannabis dispensaries. So I guess you're gonna need your paperwork, whatever to go in these joints. You gotta be legal and right. Whatever you need in Cali, go.
And
You
soldier,
know, let me know.
soldier,
Let me know what
don't
that
do
joint
that
hitting
to us.
on. He says that he has made sure that this grease runts. It is an indica strand. It will
Oh
be
yes,
dark purple, and he's going to make sure that
yes.
it will be covered head to toe in trichomes. And for you all that don't know what trichomes is, that is
Oh,
our favorite word, THC. All right.
uh,
Now, I also got to bring in
hmm,
some bad news. I
okay.
also got to bring out some bad news. They let those little white girls from the soccer team, Megan Rapone and her friend, talk about their CBD and weed use while preparing for the Olympics. Now I know America is mad because they let these young black women be kicked out and she was not allowed to run because she smoked marijuana allegedly to cope with her parents. But we all know if she smoked it to cope with her parents, she know it would make her feel good. So that means she smoked it before. But that's neither here nor there. They are praising Megan Rapone, saying that her use of cannabis was used in training for the Olympics. She is the captain of the women's soccer team, who did not win the gold this year, did win the gold last year. And it has been starting to draw comparisons. Now, a lot of you guys are upset and pissed off, but here on the Huffington Post, I got to report this. CBD is not what they hate. They hate THC. CBD is like taking a pain medication without taking all the pain pills and drugs they put inside of it. It's just actually taking care of the actual ailment without the psychosis to it. However, when you talk about THC, that adds another element that, people don't know how to deal with yet because they don't know how you're going to react to it or what your actions might be. So we got to go ahead and, although I already said we shouldn't be giving a damn about the Olympics, it's in Tokyo for Christ's sakes, and it's not for us anyway. But I also wanted to let you guys know we should calm down on this. CBD is a good thing. I do wish that CBD helped with emotions and things like that, but that's what the THC is for, to help with our mental state of mind. Um, but as far as the athletes using CBD, a lot of athletes are about to start coming out about their CBD use. It's pretty interesting that a lot of the football players that were kicked out, like Percy Harvin, Josh Gordon, you may not know these guys, but they were kicked out for constant marijuana use. Constant
They were
marijuana
kicked
use.
out of what?
The NFL.
Um,
Ricky Williams, another running back, he left the NFL because he wanted to use marijuana. However, we have Rob Gronkowski and a couple of other NFL players who are white promoting cannabis CBD brands. So, of course, white people are learning another loophole in the way to get around society and to kick us in our ass, and that's CBD. we have to learn to play their game, but also beat their game. And until it's 100% legal everywhere, we have to just play along. If you want to be
Everywhere
an
in the
athlete,
United States, shoot. Because I think, like, I feel like it makes us look weak that we need to have a drug to be able to compete in the Olympics. I don't believe every other country is like, weed, whatever. Any drug is usually illegal or banned in so many countries that's in the Olympics or that play in sports. So why do we need to be patted on the back for doing drugs? Like, I smoke weed every day, but I don't feel like people should be. I think everybody should be penalized.
yeah,
Like,
but
be sober and play the sport. When you
yeah,
done,
because
then do you.
the thing is, that's like you have to be done. The, the thing is like this, right? In our field, whatever we choose to do, we can do, right? In their field, they can't, and that's just the reality of the game. But guess what? In our field, if we want to be making $10 million a year, we may have to change up our platform. There may be, if we get on ESPN, they may say you can't sit up there and smoke
Smoke
success.
weed.
I'm like, all right, fuck, you won't see me do it.
Or
Nobody
you
will
might
see
not
me
be
do
able
it.
to curse. You probably can't
Got to do it if you want the big
use
bucks.
curse words on whatever community or whatever you want to speak on. Like, so I feel you.
Yeah, like look, Denzel Washington was on TNT the other day. They asked him to say his famous lines from his movie Training Day, and the first thing he asked was, "Can I cuss on here?" you know, he had to ask that because he even understood that. Like, all right, I know what my role was, I know what I said, but let me see what this platform allows. He know he can't cuss on TNT, but it's a professionalism thing and a
Mhm.
joke of showing professionalism in a way.
Yeah.
So we got to do things better, y'all. Like honestly, I the theme of this week for me was really just like it's too many people focused on not moving ahead in time. They stuck on how it was. They're not
Mhm.
learning the game and knowing that we have to move the way the game is set to move now. Back in the day, rappers could be as hard as they wanted to be, say whatever they wanted to say, and the world praised them. I mean, hell, if Tupac Shakur said half the things that the baby said, everybody'd be like, Pac went ham last night. But
Mhm.
this ain't 1996 anymore. This is 2021 or whatever they
So
said.
DJ Academics, before we go, DJ Academics had posted something the other day, and I just had it up on Instagram, and I moved away from it. But he basically was saying they say they're inclusive of, here you go right here. He said it's just weird how festivals are putting out the elaborate statements about how much they care about humanity, and because of that, they can't have the baby on their show for what he said. Yet 90% of the artists they book music is about drugs and murder, and it's totally fine to them. He said these companies got to choose whether they are prioritizing the art or morality. He says because they all seem like hypocrites when they try to get on a high horse, canceling artists. Hip hop is a genre filled with imperfect individuals telling stories. Why even fuck with it if you want saints? So, how do you feel about that?
DJ Academics trying to suck on the baby. Let me tell you why he wrong. Because like I said in the beginning, right? It's called positions. Even when they do those festivals, they get told songs they have to perform. They can't perform what they want to perform. They can't do their whole you know what I'm saying? They can't do that. At those festivals, their music is picked based on what's on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
They have records they want. People come to the festivals to hear the hot artists' records, not
Mm-hmm.
to hear the buffoonery and to be disrespected on stage. So when he says the high horse, I find it interesting because that wasn't a the baby concert. If that was a the baby concert, that's totally different because
Yeah.
only the baby people are in there. Only his fans are in there. But no, you on a grand stage. You there are people that did not come to see the baby. There are people that came to see who was after the baby.
Mm-hmm.
So You can't sit up there. That's why DJ Academics has to understand this to be a friend. You can't jump off the position of what your job is. Your job is the media. And if your job is the media, you can't say, I want to be this guy's friend, so I'm going to attack the media and the people that pay my bills. See, the thing is, DJ Academics is already at the bottom of the totem pole when it comes to the elites. And when it comes to the people that are talking, he just has a name, right?
Mhm.
So it's like, all right, you can you want to say something to get attention. You want people to share that because you want us to feel like, oh yeah, woo, woo. Well, the reality of the matter is, people that are up there that have those festivals, the people that own those festivals, a lot of them are gay. A lot of them have people with family members that have HIV and stuff like that. A lot of people have lost people to HIV and stuff like
Mhm.
that. So no. And again, like I said, I don't like how he said hip hop because that is a subgenre and a subgenre that the baby is not a part of. The baby is not a hip hop artist.
Why not? He's not a rapper.
The baby is in a whole he's in a rap genre, but he's not in the hip hop genre. He's in another genre. You can put him in trap rap. You can put him
He ain't
in
no
this
trap
new mumble
rapper.
rap.
He
You can
is
put
hip hop. He is bibbity bop bop,
nah
bipperoo bop
nah.
bop,
It's not
whatever
no
that
story.
song is.
He
He's a hip hopper.
he's bragga. His
He's
rap
not a
is
trapper like Little
if you have to
Baby.
his rap is called braggadocious rap. That's his style of rap. His rap is called braggadocious rap, which is a style of rap. When you look up all the subgenres in hip hop, he's a braggadocious rapper. Yeah, it's
Hmm.
all about I got this money, I got a million, I got a bag, I got a being. It's all about braggadocious. These are all different
Oh.
like genres. Like one day I'm gonna post all of these. It's like hundreds of subgenres. When you
Mm,
actually go to register these songs, you have to tell them like what style of song is this,
yeah.
what is this, like, and they have to know like, all right, what are you doing? Are you boasting? Are you bragging? Are you trying to make people happy? Are you trying to give people energy? These are all boast records. So
Mhm.
the thing about it is, hip hop artists tell stories. So if he got up that joint and was rapping about a situation in which he knows someone that died in 2 weeks from AIDS, if he
Mhm.
was rapping about a situation in which he knew a girl that pussy stunk, or he knew guys, or he was rapping about guys giving head in the parking lot, and he witnessed this, then no one would say anything about that. But this is a call of action that he was doing. This is a stopping of the music, telling you people how it is. Like
I
giving it.
mean, it was okay. It was fucked up. I get it, but still,
No, listen, like we gotta stop.
I mean,
Music was targeted. His music was not targeted. His statements were targeted. They didn't pay him. They didn't invite him to the festival for his statements on the world.
insults. Yeah, for his insults, I get it.
Even if that, let's just say he got up there and gave a world peace speech about peace. They did not pay him for that. They paid him to rap. You know what I'm saying? If he got up there and said, all y'all up there doing all this killing, y'all need to put them guns down. Stop with the guns. The NRA would have been like, the baby's an idiot. He need to have been up there talking about gun control and not gun control. He don't have the right to talk about gun control. He should be talking about gun training, not gun control.
Mhm.
So it does not matter. Like, you're not paid to take that a political stand when, when
You paid to fucking rap.
you paid to rap. So when you show people, when you take a political stand and people don't like it, you now have to be judged on your political stance as well. I'm sorry. That's just how it is. You're not big enough to make statements
Mhm.
like that.
That's
You're
true.
just not that guy.
That's
you,
true.
listen. Look, when artists like Elton John and Madonna speak, oh, your
Mm,
ass in trouble.
yeah.
Oh, your ass is in trouble. If
Mhm.
Elton John speaks, if Sir Duke speaks, oh my God.
See, and that's what I don't understand. Like, anyway, I just
Because
feel
like
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 I
like I
feel
s-
bad.
Like
for him.
imagine if Elton John and his kid, his sons or whatever, or his grandkids or whatever, right? They in there watching this stuff, and they know he's a gay man, but they it ain't like Elton John is educating the kids today. No one is educating the kids today. This is not like there was back when when we was coming up to don't do drugs choice. Where they
Mm,
had them committees every day. There's no awareness like in '91 when Magic came out about it and everybody started asking, "What's that? What's happening?" They don't do that. They don't do that. They just simply don't do that. If they did, there wouldn't be all these kids and all these sex rings and all these sex pools and all these damn orgies everywhere. Like kids are running around horny as hell right now, doing anything. If they was teaching about STDs and stuff like that in the right manner, well, the real reason why everyone is running around so wild is because, like you said, all those commercials to tell you, hey, you can live with it. You can be positive and not pass it if you take this pill. It's
mm,
so much education now that for you to get up there and spew out anything for entertainment, you gotta back that, and you got to be strong enough to back that. And the crazy part about it is DJ Academics is not the guy I want to speak on my behalf if I'm in trouble.
mm. For Christ's sake, yeah, I know.
I'm like, look, if I'm the baby, I'm sending DJ Academics a message. Please don't say nothing else. Please don't say nothing else.
You is wrong as shit.
Because honestly, like the baby knew uh, a part of me feel like the baby wanted to get canceled. He was that's
He
it.
brought out Tory Lanez for we didn't even you ain't even talk
Right.
about. He brought out Tory Lane. He did want to get. He knew he was starting up
A
an
part of
uproar.
me, yeah, a part of me think he wanted to get canceled. Like it was like he woke up that morning and chose to just be messy. Period. He came in from Ontario because he was in Ontario the night before doing his concert,
hmm
and he flew in and did Rolling Loud.
mm.
So that's where Tory Lanez comes into play.
Oh, they was together in Canada.
Exactly. Because
Okay.
he did his concert, the baby did his own concert the night before. And
Mm,
that's why he was feeling himself. And that's why when he got on his live the next day, he was all like, my fans know what I'm talking about. My gays this, my gays that. That's why he was saying that, because he was trying to correlate the fact that he was coming from his concert and he was going to his set. So he felt like no one should be at my set that don't like the baby and don't know the baby's gonna say wild stuff, right?
mm.
But I guess this is his first real festival being popping, because y'all gotta realize the baby only 2 years popping. His first year popping, COVID happened, all the festivals are shut down. So this was his first real festival popping. So
Oh,
that's
okay.
what we call in sports. It's called the heat check. Like somebody come down in basketball, they shoot it, they make it, they get the ball again, they shoot it, they make it. Then the next time they come down and shoot up this wild three, and you like, what's he doing? He trying to see how hot he is and how good he is, right? If he on that
hmm
night. And I think the baby was feeling himself because they say he had a really good night where he said some risky things while laying in the bed with one of his fans on stage. He was going really ham on stage, like really going
Oh
ham.
wow.
He was doing a lot of calling actions that whole weekend, you know. Um, so like yeah, there was real live crazy stuff. Like he did one call to action at a show where he asked all the girls, if you want me to take my clothes off, say yes, baby, or something like that. Say yes, daddy, or something. And they yelled yes, daddy. He took all his clothes off and laid in the bed. And I guess he felt like his male fans wanted to see that. He's been on a lot of wild things. Bringing out Tory Lanez was another heat check to say, all right, let me see how big I am. Because mind you, he was on Twitter disrespecting Megan Thee Stallion a couple of weeks ago, beefing,
Mhm.
going back and forth with her about the situation.
Yeah.
So these all were things to see how big I am. Like if I'm powerful enough to get away with this, then I could do anything. Mind you,
Yeah.
his first pull of power was when he did Rockstar. because they did not want him to do Rockstar, and that's why Rockstar is the only song that sounds like that, and all his new records are back to that sound because they're like, all right, we let you do it, and it didn't do what we did. And see, with the baby, what happened with the baby is what happens with a lot of artists. They don't understand the engine makes that machine go. So when they
Yeah.
when they come back around, they're like, "I'm the guy. Everybody loves me. Everybody wants to be." So they do that. They like, "I'm gonna do my thing, or I'm gonna dip," and they realize that ain't gonna work. So now they gotta
Yeah.
humble themselves. Cause they got a
Mhm.
bill. They got a bill. They gotta live up to. They already been paid.
Uh,
So if you want to do another album, you owe this. So now you gotta go back to the da 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 da. So of course, he wants to get canceled. He probably wants a lot of people to drop him, so he don't have to do a lot of things, so that he can be free to do whatever the baby wants to do. You know. But
yeah. He probably wants his life back.
well, the thing about it is, it's crazy because the way karma work, I wouldn't want my life back if I was the baby.
Mm.
I would just go ahead and leave stuff as is. But honestly, like he's gonna have to do a lot of damage control, and it's really gonna be bigger than a record with Lil Nas X.
He got a record with Lil Nas X coming out.
Yes, well, he already did the Panini remix.
Oh, okay.
I think Lil Nas X was one of the classy gays he was speaking of. I don't know, and I think that's why a lot of people had a problem with it because it's like, who's the classy gays? Because you was with Lil Nas X and he twerked on the devil. So what's classy?
Well, a lot of people said the baby was coming out, and I don't feel like that's fair to accuse him of being a homosexual because he went on a homophobic rant.
Well, trust me, in the black male community, that is one thing that we say. You when you start bashing, you coming out. But he might was coming out. But I mean, what does it listen? He in the rap industry, so I wouldn't doubt it. I'm not sitting up here saying every man in the rap industry is weird, but the baby is weird. He went to South by Southwest in a pamper, y'all. This is the same man. He ain't no
I
different.
forgot about that.
Listen, he's this is really his third year. COVID shut him down, so this is his third year. Like at this point now, artists that make if you get the pioneer recognition when you make the 5 year mark. Until you make
Mm,
the 5 year mark, you still consider that iffy wishy washy mode. He on his third year. Is it
mm.
ironic that he starts messing up on his third year? No, because a lot of them start messing up on their third year. Why? Because usually your album is a 3 album deal, 4 album deal.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
All right. I'm
I
gonna
can
say
hear
so.
you just fine. Look like you
Okay.
took some time to abuse your puppy.
No, she's over here. She won't leave me alone.
Well, you already know. But yeah, nah. I can't rock with DJ Academics. I tell you that. He know better.
Well,
Yeah,
mm.
Elton John is one of them classy gays, Tony. And he should have said he ate an edible by mistake, but he wouldn't have got away with that.
Yeah. So do you think the baby will make a comeback from this?
Well,
And
the
what do
thing,
you think it will take for him to make a comeback? You just said not to feature with Lil Nas X.
it's not a feature, but like the thing about
Oh,
it is he's got to get back to doing what the people know. We need a new record, and honestly, he's got to be willing to take a hit on a record and have another record ready. He's got to show that he got to get back to business. He's got to get back to business. He's issued an apology a little too late, in my opinion, a little too late. But I'm just K. I'm just me. What do I know? You know. He issued an apology. But you can't. Like you said, you can't go out there talking about some. You got classy gays and all this stuff within this world of hip hop. Someone said that he got tricked by somebody. That's why he came out like that. he was trying
Yeah,
to
that's
share stories. But I'm
he.
good with it. I'm good with it. I'm good with it. I'm good with it. Yeah, nah, that won't get him back. That will actually take his career. Oh, he will be done.
Yeah, he'll be done. He's already. He's not even really done. He's just done by where his money
Well, the
is.
thing about it is, he still new. He still new. He gonna have to put together his own tour. He's gonna have to finish his tour, and he's gonna have to prove his worth, and he's gonna
Mhm.
have to have an album ready.
So you think they gonna boycott his next his next
No,
show?
no,
Okay.
because like he said, like I don't think the baby's comments wasn't the mistake, right? The
Mhm.
mistake was thinking that everybody is your fans, and not understanding that that was your concert in Ontario. This is a festival for everyone. All these people ain't here to see you. So no matter what you say, it's going somebody can be mad as hell at you. It's somebody that brought their daughter up there. It's someone up there who probably just got diagnosed with AIDS and you just went ham and didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Like these are not your fans. You feel me? Like for real. They like what? They went back to their doctor and said, "Little baby said the baby said I'm gonna die in 2 weeks. You said I got 2 years. You said I'll be fine. Who said you're gonna die in 2 weeks? The baby."
Yeah, that's not fair. Okay, all right, I
I
get
mean,
it.
so like we gotta understand, like he did it in the wrong venue. If he had did that at his show in Ontario, you never heard about it. Well, you'd have heard about it, but not. It would have been social media enraged and not people at the festival.
The gays are mad as hell right now. That should be so funny when they just be laying shit on fire. Wait, we don't know who you. Which that girl say? I don't know. Is that's not the person I was working with? I don't know who that person is.
Yeah, they don't like that. They don't like the change at all. Unless they bring it in. Unless they incorporate it.
That
And
shit, it's wrong, but it's just funny to me how people can go in an uproar. Okay, he said it. Okay, he apologized. Hopefully, we can move on from this.
yeah, hopefully the baby will give us a record, and
I
hopefully
don't
he
really
don't
care for it.
address none of this stuff anymore. He apologized. He said he learned from it. You know what it takes for anybody, for any community to get over it? Money. So I hope he got his pocketbooks ready to donate to all of those communities and all of their charities.
Yeah,
He
he gonna have to donate to the AIDS Foundation definitely.
definitely to the LGBT community. He need to drop off some donations. Um, yeah, a record. He may need to call up Elton John and have a real good conversation with Elton John, because if Elton John is able to bring him back, then he'll come back. I mean, he can blame it on ignorance, but we all ignorant enough to know that it wasn't ignorance. It was just a man being feeling untouchable. You
Yeah,
know,
feeling itself.
he was feeling untouchable, and for that, he's going to pay the ultimate price. So
Oh no, six. He was gonna say, "What do we have coming up next? Bring your ass back because we will be in Jersey on Thursday."
yes,
I already
Jezabel,
knew what you.
Thursday.
I already knew what you were about to ask me. Thursday we will be in Jersey for the Level Up Showcase.
Yes, can't wait for Thursday. Can't wait.
Is it? It's like just a couple of days away, so you guys stay tuned for that. This Friday, hey, we going international. Yeah, man. We got one of my good friends, Jamaican artist, Jamaican DMV artist, Fats, coming through the building. His shit is fire. So y'all make sure to stay tuned for that. Of course, you know I don't go live. So the show will be available on YouTube on Monday.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's pretty much it. Yeah, man. Shit about to be
So y'all
lit.
already know, y'all definitely need to be keeping it locked on Boss Biz Radio, because there's a lot of big stuff coming up. I'm really excited because Boss Biz will be hosting up there in Jersey, and I will be in the building. I'm gonna give a couple
Performing
of
as well.
records. I'm definitely gonna give a couple of records. I'm
You
listen,
got
y'all.
so much music
I know
out.
y'all. I know y'all that's not gonna be in Jersey, but y'all in Jersey, I'm not gonna cop to y'all. I may give y'all a new record off the new album dropping in September.
Oh no, but you know what? Also, guys, we can't forget about this because I just gotta you put it out there. Make sure y'all tune in on Saturdays too. Tune in, Hip Hop 95.
Yeah,
Y'all come with Success. I mean, y'all, if y'all love rolling with Success on Mondays, I'm telling you, he be having me dying. Okay, on
yeah.
Saturday. So make sure y'all tune in Saturday mornings at 11 a.m.
Yep, 11 a.m. Hip Hop
Okay.
95. If you got the app Hot Radio, or you can download Hip Hop 95. And y'all already know this is Boss Biz Radio, the most lit show on a Monday. We trying to get We Lit Wednesdays on a
We
thing here.
live, bitch.
Y'all gotta let
We
us know if y'all want We Lit Wednesdays every week, every 2 weeks. If y'all want We Lit Wednesdays, we need comments on the Boss Biz Facebook page and the Boss Biz YouTube, and also the Boss Biz Instagram. If you're not already liking and subscribing, hit that like and subscribe button right about down there somewhere. Hit those buttons for us. We'll see y'all. Y'all already know at this time you should be rolling up them J's, flicking off them ashes,
we got
putting
a
them
little
in
bit
your
left.
ashtray, and getting ready to roll another one. Cause I
We out. Bye, y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. We love y'all. Bye.